company, the King Lear, or that walks up to the ocean and screams to it to stop. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
It's all about being in the trenches. I mean, what's the lifespan of the average Facebook page, Facebook group,
I'd
media
rather
effort?
be the Macbeth that wonders, is it nobler to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune? I mean, we're suffering the slings and arrows. We're just waiting for the outrageous fortune to come around.
I don't think it's happening.
I have to give it the ultimate credit for sticking with this, because what we talked about is the fact that when we first started doing this, the fact that a lot of podcasts and radio shows go strong for 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. Then the hosts realize this is a lot of hard work, and then you never hear from them again.
Right. I mean,
we're going on almost 2 years with this thing now.
The media landscape is littered with people getting up in one night with a bunch of friends and saying, "Hey, yeah, we should do this," and we can name them. But there's some of these are people we like too. And,
That's true. Yeah.
But it's unfortunate. But grinding out a product every day, as it was this week. Literally 1 a.m. doing, on the phone, trying to come up with press releases to counter. I mean, understand that when
and he and I were going back and forth. Like, no, you don't want to say it that way. No, that's exactly how I want to say it.
Literally arguing over a word.
So,
but understand that when you're in the independent media, you are challenging not only an organization that has the power to arrest and the power to tax, and in Rhode Island's case, seemingly the power to print its own money. All right, you're dealing with an organization that has an army of people who sit around all day on the public dime to try and counter your best efforts to embarrass them.
So since we're in the explicit podcast today, I can say that this morning, I wake up fairly early in the morning, so it was about 5:30 this morning. I was enjoying my morning constitutional, and while I was taking my morning dump, I was texting you guys about PAs
constitutional,
for.
Is that a walk or a dump?
I was texting you guys on the toilet about PAs for Monday.
Right, exactly. And the only question was, do you have the little yellow tennis ball in your walker?
No, my wheels haven't fallen off yet. So Tony, let me ask you this. So this is coming up on almost 3 years now that the coalition has been going strong.
It was probably 2 Junes ago, I want to say.
After my mayoral campaign, I enjoyed being on the show. Did a couple of guest host spots, and then came on as a steady host. How have you seen the coalition change over the past 2.5, 3 years?
Well, I mean, honestly, and I know that it's not a possibility, but I thought that when we were running the commercial-free, long-format discussion, I think that was at the optimal for alternative media, because we could really break into what you're not going to hear anywhere else, because nobody else has the funding or the time or even the interest in sitting down with a Frank Caprio or a Robert Mann for a full hour with one break and really hashing it out. And I think that's where you can really kind of that psychology of sitting down and being able to really suck that stuff out of people as they become more comfortable and as they get to know you. There's a whole psychology behind a good interview, and you're almost guaranteed to hit on some awesome stuff when you're able to do that long format.
Right, and
here's my point. Do you think that we have over time? Granted, we have a couple of sponsors. We're now on I don't want to say a major AM station, but an AM station nonetheless. Do you think that we've kind of stuck to that impetus of 1 hour? Yeah, the ethos of like 1 hour, one guest, one issue. Like let's really get into it. Do you think we've done that? Do you think we've moved on? Do you think it's evolved?
It's probably a mix at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately there's certain stuff that you have to do if you want to keep something like this going. Or you could go on to Allen's Ave out here and earn money in other fashions.
and oddly, being on the radio and working out at Allen's Ave are not that dissimilar.
Some of the live music is kicking in now, Tony. Should we patch in and listen to a little bit of tunes?
Yeah, I would like you guys to have a chance to talk to Ann Armstrong, but we have actually, if you can believe it, been at this for almost an hour and a half, and it feels like we just sat down. which is always a good sign when it comes to things of this nature. Yeah, I don't think
we've been on for 90 minutes.
We've been on for almost an hour and a half.
The silence and patience is true consciousness. Once upon a time we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago we helped to raise the tower, but nowadays we're all struggling for a piece of power. Once upon a time we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get
Can you play a song? Is that? Can we do that? Are we plugging into the PA here?
Yeah, I didn't.
The design is scratched with 5 flaring faders. Guitar hits phaser, bass lines of flavor, and the drums are dropped to create the final layers. The ignition of lightsabers incite saviors, sayers, inviting failing governments, eroding our prayers. That one day we'll see freedom instead of living theirs. Instead of their compromises, leaving people in tears. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago, we helped to raise the tower, but nowadays we're all struggling for a piece of power. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago, we helped to raise the tower.
He let his hair grow.
Oh, disrespectful, great man, hateful, unemployed, playful, waste of talent, no good, taste of bland, no hood, see, I'm not blind, but I could be more. You're still sitting bored, open door and walk through, engage and break through. I want to save you, but slave do more when I can't forget you. I slave for the rhythmless, I slave for the rhyme, I slave for the laws, I slave through divine intervention, not mentioning all my heart's power, the right path, Tony Jones. I rhyme bundle around as tight as the love I found. It's a feeling no hitter on the pitcher's mouth. See elevated crown, I found that y'all see. Implement your mind, don't stop till you're free. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago, we helped to raise the tower, but nowadays, we're all struggling for a piece of power. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago we helped to raise that tower, but nowadays the turn of the table, mixed behind the navel and burning off your label. When you think of great man, I'm mostly into cutting. Can you hear my finger sling? With the web finger, your future's a dangerous thing. Cuts and stabs, wild chirps start ammunition, bears and crabs. Live legs don't mean a thing. Your pre-mix CD, it just keeps on slipping. I'ma spin vinyl till that shit starts stripping. Come see the live show, turntable survival. Bring your bro, chill out on your rival. This jockey's cool, but turntable survives, yo. It's time to bring the music and see what your mind do. You make the choice, who's the freshest, who's the live crew. Coming out of what's up, we doing what we do. Time to check the deck to make everything correct. To bring everything you ever thought was wrecked. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. Long time ago, we helped to raise the tower, but nowadays we are struggling for a piece of power. Once upon a time, we used to speak one tongue. Now it takes forever just to get things done. A long time ago, we helped to raise the tower, but nowadays.
Starting a bunch of sentences that you're not saying.
Yeah, it's real, yeah. Listen, I know you're trying to get the word out. I'm going to build some different things. I'm going to get the word out. I want you to think. I don't want you to fucking sit there and be dumb. You mean, don't take it. Don't take what's going on. Don't tell me.
In the reach of the styles we speak, the unrelenting beat of the walker streets. These are things that make my mind interact and reach sound waves and decibels beyond ordinary speech. As consciousness precedes to be the human that I want to be. Activating apathy, I pursue my thoughts actively. Are you catching me? Do you follow me? But I'm all that state of reality. Speaking all these words, I seem free. Fluidly expressing the vision that I see.
What was that kid telling you?
While you're living passively. Visions in your mind will never let you be. I'm mirroring in your mind, but it will never be. Time teaching lessons you don't have to subscribe. subscribe. We're paying attention to direction while we're living this life. It's that simple. You don't have to comprehend the Lord's counsel decisions so we can make our own ends and create beats through quality discussions. We all hold a vision, only few can push the buttons. All this write it down to recite what they're learning, to let you know it's in the deepest of soul that we're yearning to keep moving forward and always progress. Instead of being stale, I take two to the chest. I take two dope records, lay on DJs to rest, to show you how the Lord's love is when you can't test. I can say I'm blessed, but there's no way I can prove it. I can say I'm the best, but then that'd only be foolish. Upon your hand claps, I'll be measuring rulers. I got the right tools and dudes to make the ooh jazz. Ooh jazz, Chavez, I am that true jazz. I can do that. Grab it, go like I can do that. Do that.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, sure. No thanks for no sacks. We'll step back, but you can't shine. Bound to flex, I'll prevent more deaths. Stand in context while remaining complex. I use my mind while others vent to test the static physical that's breaking your mandible, holding you accountable, assuming you're responsible. I'm not the constable, I'm constantly able. I'm constantly spinning records on that turntable. I'm adding label that's bearing witness. This is the physical. What time is it? Merry Christmas, let's see what your gift is. Living in the spiritual, you find the trick is. Oh, Merry Christmas, let's see what your gift is. Living in the spiritual, you find the trick is. Living in the spiritual.
She wants no part of the politics thing, right?
All right, guys. Thank you so
Anytime I
much.
invite her into a group,
I'm going to do at least one more for you right now,
no
right?
part of it.
This is like the only cover song we're doing. It's all right. It's not too bad.
So, all right, so here's the big question since we don't see each other face to face very often. How do we...
So, there is a point to all this.
We ease
Wait, is there a point?
Rollins out
Let's find a point.
gently.
I don't even think he cares anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Is this real? Or is this just a ride? The world is like a ride. You think it's real? It's just a ride. But we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. Between fear and love. Between fear and love. Ride goes up and down and round and round. It's got thrills and chills and it's very brightly colored. It goes up and down and round and it's very loud. Don't worry, don't be afraid. It's just a ride. And we can take it anytime we want. It's only a choice. Between fear and love. Between fear and love. Between fear and fear and fear and love. Why are we here? I think we are part of a greater purpose. A higher wisdom. Call it what you will. You know what I call it? Electron. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 the big electron. Whoa, 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 whoa. It doesn't punish. It doesn't cause. It doesn't judge at all. It just is. And so are we. For a little while, little while, little while. Ride goes up and down and round and round. It's got thrills and chills and it's very bright and colored. It goes up and down and round and it's very loud. Don't worry, don't be afraid. It's just a ride, and we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice between fear and love, between fear and love, between fear and love, between fear and love. The big electron. Thanks, guys. I just threw over my equipment. You guys are wonderful. Woo! Awesome. Hey, so he said we got time for one or two more. I think we're going to do a little bit of something. I'm actually going to, I'll just do another spoken word because my equipment just fell down. I don't even want to play with it right now. But next time we're going wireless. I think I need to upgrade. Apparently, that's what happens. All right. I'll leave you with this one little piece of consciousness. All right. I dealt with the decisions. I was definitely there. Down in despair and very desperate. I grabbed the dictionary and became independent with descriptions of desirable styles. And
Yeah, all he ever does is
do smiles. I'm efficient with the 8 eligible elements. Eliminate the embarrassment. Excel to the enlightenment. Affluent. Check the dentist. Diagnosis. Edentate. This hindsight made my mindsight right, so it is the hash. The homogeneous hush-hush. The hydro bomb is that hydrophobia. A haphazard. Accidentally hit by dukes of hazard. Identifying industry as insolent and inauspicious. Interfering and uncaring in their domineering intent to instill the invalid growth of inanimate items and objects to hope that the projects might get wrecked. But the hobbit that steals the effects from the witch's broken neck. See, no magic could ever stop the technology, and it's that hope in the technology